Morning traders, and this is your Dow Jones view for today. So we ended up with another pin bar with buyers stepping in, and the buyers are stepping in kind of in that area there, and I'm going to leave that block in for now. If we just put that level in there, you can see we're kind of bouncing off this previous level of resistance here. What is concerning me is that we are getting through it all the time, and then buyers are stepping in and driving it up so the close is above it. So I think there's still quite a bit of confusion. The Feds didn't really add any fuel to the fire. Created a bit of volatility yesterday, but nothing more. So kind of in limbo at the moment. I think this consolidation is still very much in play. So if we just look at what happened yesterday, so we had the meander down, then the Feds came out. Market was all over the place, drove it down. Then the Saudis came out and said that the oil supplies are going to be on track, and the market rallied and closed pretty high up. And then we've had this slow meander down again. I think most of it's after hours trade. Let's just double check. Yeah, most of it's after hours trade. Okay, so this was in during hours, and then here it starts after hours. So the question right now is, is this volatility going to continue, or are we actually just pulling back now for an entry to the upside? Challenge I have, that's the open. Now we're already down 60 points, and that would be a 200-point move to the upside. So, yeah, jury's out on this at the moment. I think they're looking at the DAX. DAX is looking like a half-decent setup for a continuation to the upside, but there is also warning bells there that we've reached our level and that we should be looking for retracement. So that's a bit of a worry, and it's so difficult to trade this kind of stuff, and this is why I've switched across to the Bull-Williams theory, because you can see with the alligator, when we are bouncing through the alligator like this on the lower time frames, it's just a sign of extreme volatility. And it's normally a sign that you just need to be patient and wait. I'm still favoring longs. There's still a massive measured move that hasn't played out yet. So if we just take this block here, so there's our consolidation. Okay, so we've broken through that. So I would expect a new all-time high still, and that is my target. It is 27746, but yeah, it is taking its time about trying to get there, and you would be forgiven for getting a little bit desperate at the moment. But I think the other thing here is we've got, we did get back into the zone, but we didn't quite. So we did tag that level. Did we not? Yeah, sorry, we did tag that level. So we've tagged those levels. So the next one below that is pretty much, there are a couple below. That's the next zone below. And after that is a breakout test, basically, which is over there. Okay, so that would be a logical pullback, and it doesn't look like the bulls are allowing that to happen. So it's a case of like during pre-market open and the European session, price gets driven down, and then at the open it's a bit volatile, and then towards the close, drive it back up again. So clearly the bulls are seeing some value here. Okay, last thing on the daily before we look at some opportunities here is pretty much that there. Okay, and if I do that, you'll see we are in a channel. Okay, so if we move down, and I'll actually just go down probably 30 minutes, 12 minutes, and we're also going to have a look at the ichimoku, because that's also going to give us a view. Okay, so at this stage, I'm still kind of tempted to say stay out of the market right now. Okay, so we do have a double top target here. Let's just see where that goes to. Okay, that's pretty close. Probably why we've got some buyers coming in at the moment. So double target is done. And the next step here is kind of another channel. Okay, so there are some gaps to the downside here. If you look here, there's one there. So that's kind of an area that I'd be looking at. I think that would interest me for an entry at least. And that would give you probably a 100-point stop loss, I would think. From that one to there. Ooh, 150-point stop loss. Okay, so that would be kind of an area that I'd be looking at. And I think let's just double check this on ichimoku. That's going to give us a much better view. Okay, 12 minutes not going to help us. 1 hour is not going to help us either. Look at the cloud here. Okay, so when you get cloud like this, which is flat and thin, there's very little resistance or support. And Kijisen being flat like this, exactly the same thing. I'm not really a fan of the hour here, but if I look at the 4 hour, we've had a bearish crossover price, Chiku span and street price, which is bearish. We've got the cloud here, which is fairly, which is green and it's quite thick, so there's a lot of support below here. Okay, I'm kind of okay. Same picture as the Dax. So we've got flat Kijisen, flat Tegensen. They're far apart. I mean, these two are 700 points apart, which is massive. So kind of reluctant to be chasing longs here, although it's looking like they want to move to the upside. Need to wait for a decent pullback, I think. And you're going to have to don't think that this level is enough of a pullback to attract the buyers. I think we need a bit of a deeper pullback, possibly even a retest of the break. Okay, so yeah, short term it's looking like we need to be moving to the upside. Long term, it's indicating we are kind of tight, although the oscillator is falling off here. So just check the 4 hour for the Williams. Okay, we're moving down again. So yeah, I think if you just keep the ichimoku in the back of your mind on the 4 hour, especially when you see a crossover again like that, but the other way around. So we're looking for this kind of crossover here. That's going to be the confirmation you're looking to play to the upside, and then any pullback you want to buy. But as long as you see this red above blue, you want to be pretty cautious. There is still support here. There's a lot of support below here. So the size of the cloud indicates the amount of support that is below price. So there's a lot of support here. So you can pretty much look to the left, and every single fractal level is going to be a support area. Okay, that's kind of what I'd be looking for, is just looking for a pullback. There is an opportunity here for price to come back onto the cloud here, and let's just put that level in. And that's going to be my area for buying, 27,050. Okay. So yes, I think it's a case of wait and see. I just want to look at the 12. Sometimes the 12 does give us additional. Oh, look at that. So bottom of the cloud is slap bang with that level. So that's definitely an area that I would be looking at. Okay. With these gaps in mind as well. Just bear in mind it's a massive 150-point move, so keep your position small until you get confirmation of the move back to the upside. Okay, the short term is still another move to the upside, but I think just be very careful about it. Take profit at every single opportunity, and the first opportunity is this gap close. Okay. Anyway, guys, that's it for me today. Looking for an entry long, waiting for a pullback, and even on the hour, everything lines up with this 27054. And I just want to check the weekly to see. Oh, we've had nothing, no move this week at all after a really strong 3 weeks. Okay, yeah. So I think that's my view. The weekly is also flat here as well, so it's just an indication we need to be cautious of a move to the upside. But anything could happen, and the lower time frames are saying we need to look for longs. So for me, still looking for longs today. This area here is my stop, which is 26,900. Okay, anyway, guys, that's it for me today. Hope it helps, and I'll catch you later. Cheers for now.